The following. Public comment shall be limited to 3 minutes unless otherwise specified by the board. Participants must be recognized by the presiding officer and note their name and municipality. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer rather than to individual board members, district employees, or members of the public. A speaker may speak once during each comment period. Please note that these sessions are designated for comments. To protect the confidentiality and privacy rights of all members of our community, the board encourages members of the public to direct any comments regarding particular individuals, such as students or district employees, privately to the superintendent or other appropriate administrator, or to communicate with the board privately by sending an email to psdschoolboard@pennridge.org. Questions raised and not addressed may be followed up at a later time. Okay, and I looked when I was coming in on the activities committee sheet. I didn't see anyone signed up for public comment for activities, but if someone would like to speak, you can raise your hand and comment on the activities agenda. Okay, I don't see anyone who wants to speak, so we'll go to our first, excuse me, our first item is the Pennridge High School overnight trip to the 2018 UCA Cheer Camp. Dr. Price, if you want to explain the trip.
Thank you, Mrs. Cohen. The two trips that are on the agenda tonight are very similar trips to the ones that have run the last several years. The first one is a camp that is scheduled from August 11th through the 14th of 2018, 4 days, 3 nights. And this is the UCA Cheer Camp Pine Forest at Chestnut Lake trip. This is the preseason trip. There's really not much difference except for the number of cheerleaders that will probably be going as far as the trip from last year. We do have Coach Gilmore here, who I would like to introduce. And if there's any questions or anything she wants to add about these trips, I'm going to ask her to come up to the podium. Coach Gilmore. Coach stepped in here, just very recently, as you know, and did a great job assembling this trip information. So I wanted to thank her publicly for all the work that she's done, working with her parent association to make this possible to be on the agenda for this evening. So, is there anything you wanted to add about the camp trip?
Nothing more to add. Is this on?
Just hit the button with the yellow paper.
There we go. No, there's nothing more to add other than the amount of cheerleaders is different from last year. I have about 20 girls that are going to be going this year, as well as 2 coaches.
Any questions or? Okay.
I was just curious, how is the number different, more? Or?
It's less than last year.
Okay. Are there any other questions about this cheer camp trip? Okay, if everybody's okay, then we'll move it forward to the board meeting that's right about to follow, okay? Good. All right, and then the next trip is another cheerleading trip. This one is for the UCA High School Nationals cheer competition in February.
And this trip is February 8th to the 12th of 2019, and this, of course, is contingent upon qualifying to go to nationals. They need to start planning in advance and are hopeful that they would qualify again this year. This one is down in Orlando, Florida, so of course there's going to be some time missed from school. Coaches, once again, as we've asked the last couple of years, to try to minimize that time. So it's the Friday before, and then the Monday, Tuesday after are the days that students would miss from school. So it's 3 days, it's over a weekend, so there's no extra days missed besides that. They're traveling that first day and that last day. Anything to add for that one, Coach?
Nothing really to add. The travel time on the Friday, which I was trying to eliminate, but just the registration and all that's involved. I mean, there's hundreds of teams coming from all over the country, thousands of cheerleaders, and to get them all through, they do have to do a registration and a special orientation to get their ID badges. For security purposes, the coaches all have to get certified with the competition as well. So that is a whole day in itself just to travel and do that. We compete for 2 days. The last 2 days are meeting with college teams and potential coaches for potential opportunity to go to college and get scholarships.
Any questions for Coach about that trip? Okay, then we'd like to move that one forward as well for the agenda for meeting tonight.
Okay, we can do that, and welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay, those are our only two agenda items, so that brings us back to public comment on the activities committee meeting, if anyone would like to comment. I don't see anyone indicating that you would like to speak, so we will adjourn this meeting and go on to the regular board meeting, not special. Thank you.